How do I know if I have healed my inner child? Be honest. If I asked you right now, have you healed your inner child? Could you tell me with 100% certainty? You probably know how vital healing your inner child, healing your inner world can be to manifest any desire, especially if it is connected to love and relationship. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you will know if you have done the work successfully or if it does take a little bit of more persistence. But before I give you the answer, let's talk for a moment why healing your inner child is actually so relevant. It is especially relevant if you either are maybe really a twin flame or someone in a divine counterpart journey, or if you have discovered this red thread in your life, where the same patterns kept showing up in your life again and again and again. May it be that relationships you wanted to be in didn't even get off the ground, or maybe you were in relationships but you were not treated with respect, maybe there was cheating or anything that you would say it was not a healthy relationship, or the same pattern, the same problems came up every time. The thing is, we get programmed in early childhood, typically in the first 7 years of our lives, when our brain is mostly in theta waves and we're like a sponge and we're just picking up everything. And that is the time that our sense of self is, you could say, formed, and also our inner anima or animus, like our own inner divine feminine or masculine energy, as twin flames would say. So it does develop in childhood by observing the people around you, especially, of course, parents or the people that were very close around you, the adults. This program then will show up for the rest of your life until it actually gets overwritten by something that has an impact, or once you actively learn to overcome it, to reprogram it. That means if you have this negative pattern in your life showing up, for example, by not being treated with respect by the people you love, and you don't actively fix it, then I'm sorry, that means you're basically kind of like screwed if you want to get into a relationship unless you do the work. Because if you don't, then the same pattern, it will just continue and continue with the next person and the next and the one after that. Unfortunately, I have encountered so many clients that told me, Janine, I have done inner child work. And yes, some of them think they did it because they did like 1 or 2 guided meditations, they did the cord cutting, they went to a Reiki healer or something like this. Some actually took it serious and they didn't just hand it over to another person. They did the work, and they did the work as you should for probably a few months daily, and still the old patterns were showing up. And also there was no movement in their love life because maybe they didn't do the right thing or it was not sufficient yet. By the way, if you want help with that, you can of course reach out for personal coaching. I have 20 years of experience in coaching and helped thousands of clients also exactly with that, to overcome old patterns. One technique you could do, and I'm not talking about this in detail because I have already done it in other videos and of course in my book, it is the revision technique. With the revision, you can reprogram your past experiences, you could say, your memories, not by forgetting what happened, but by rewiring your brain. And it is in 20 years of searching for the perfect technique, actually the best one I have come across. If you want to know more about that, then you can check out my revision scripts. There is a link in the description box below in the link tree. And that is, as I said, a super easy technique to rewire old memories, old stories, and form new synapses in your brain. But let's get to the main topic of this video. How do you know if your inner child is actually healed? Well, number one thing is observe your presence. What does it mean? Did you notice a shift in how people treat you? And I'm not just talking about your counterpart, your specific person, but other people as well. It could be colleagues, it could be neighbors, could be family members, could be friends, anyone. Even if your specific person is not showing up yet, have you seen other people shifting their reactions or their actions towards you? If yes, that is a good thing. It means that you already have done some reprogramming. Another thing is, are you treating yourself differently? Did you realize I am worthy of being treated well? And you do it? Can you set your boundaries? Then yes, that means that some of the work is already working and you have worked on the ground level, on the basis. Do you have this inner feeling of happiness or maybe calmness or trust that everything will work out fine? Because why is this important? Well, the childhood, the first 7 years are very closely connected to our root chakra, the lower chakras in general, but especially the root chakra. And that is the chakra that is connected to, you could say, this belief, this inner trust. If it's imbalanced, then we're scared of the future. So if you have worked with your inner childhood, with your inner child, then you notice that you are more relaxed. You have this deep trust in positive outcomes. You have this trust into, however you call it, God, divine, universe, higher power, or just you trust that everything will work out in your favor eventually. There is more. Don't click off. We're not done yet. But I just wanted to ask you a real question real quick. If you already got some value out of this video, and if so, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And also, of course, check out my other content. You will find many gems in there that you won't hear anywhere else, because not every coach out there has my kind of expertise, to be honest. Also, please like this video and write me in the comments, what have you learned already? What are you taking out of this video? But now I will give you the rest of your signs to show you if you already have actively healed your inner child. Your thoughts also have shifted to more positive thoughts automatically. Another point is you are being authentic. You are being yourself. You're no longer showing up as you think other people want you to show up. And maybe you are even a bit more playful, like childlike. It doesn't have to be, because that is also, of course, connected to personality. But some people notice that they start having fun again. Or if, I don't know, they see a slide or a bouncy castle, they think it doesn't matter how old I am, I want to get onto the bouncy castle. And they don't hold back. Maybe before they wanted to go too, but they were thinking like, oh my God, what is everyone else going to think? And now they're like, doesn't matter, I want to do it. Also very important, the old thoughts about past experiences, especially, of course, your childhood. If things went wrong or past relationships, they don't come up anymore. Doesn't mean you have forgotten. Doesn't mean you never get triggered anymore. It's okay to get triggered. What do you mean by triggered? For example, you watch a movie and something very similar happens to what you have experienced. Of course, that is going to make you sad in that moment. But also, sometimes you see something in a movie and you have never experienced anything like it, and it still makes you emotional, maybe, probably. And I know I cry at every movie, but not everyone is the same. So it's okay. Healing does not mean that nothing ever bothers you again, because in the moment you are confronted with it, for your mind, for your subconscious mind, I should say, in that moment it is real, it is happening. So of course it affects you. It's okay even if you still cry, but it doesn't come back up like a broken record, or you feel no need to talk about how hard you've had it. If you ever talk about it, then more probably like in a setting of talking to a coach or someone in order to help them understand what you're dealing with in order to help you. But you're not just talking about with random people or friends. You don't just have to repeat it anymore. The old story, it's done. Chapter is closed, book is closed, doesn't matter anymore. And connected to that, of course, you no longer feel sorry for yourself for what you have experienced. Maybe you already now notice that you gain some strength out of it. So you notice the good things that came with it, but you are no longer affected by the not so good stuff. And also connected to that, you have forgiven those who wronged you. And I know it's not always easy. And I've had clients say like, that person does not deserve my forgiveness. But that's the trick. You never forgive for the other person. Do you think they notice if you hold on to grudges? Maybe you haven't even spoken to them for a while, but you are still mad at them because they don't deserve your forgiveness. They don't know. They don't even know you're still mad. So you're just harming yourself. You're not harming the other person. Forgiveness has nothing to do with the other person. It has to do with your own inner peace, and you deserve inner peace. The way I always see it, if you hold on to grudges, if you think about this person or that experience, and you still get sad or angry even years later, then they won. You lost. I myself, I'm way too proud or way too stubborn to ever let the other person win. No, I forgive for myself so that when I think of the person, it does nothing to me, because they don't deserve me being upset over what they did or said or whatever or didn't do. Don't give your power away, especially not to that dum-dum that hurt you. So forgiveness is vital. And if you have problems with that, then you can also use the revision technique I already talked about, or for example, the Ho'oponopono. You will find countless videos here on YouTube. But basically, to sum it up, you know you have healed your inner child if there is a shift to inner calmness and there is joy as a baseline. And I say baseline because you're not going to be happy and rainbows coming out of your ass like 24/7. It's not realistic. Of course, sometimes we get out of our center. It happens to the best of us. But you get into alignment more quickly because your baseline is joy. Okay, not every moment of your life. If you notice you're not there yet, don't worry. I already told you I have helped many people to get there, and you can either keep on doing the work, be more persistent, because as I said earlier, some people think they do like 3 guided meditations and they have healed their inner child just because they feel a relief in that moment. No, healing the inner child is rewiring your brain. That means you need to dissolve the old synapses and form new ones. And that can take several months, even if you do it daily. So it needs to be done right. If you need my help, you can reach out, and my contact information is below in the link tree. I see you there or in my comments or in my next video. Bye-bye.